I received a request from one of my online lessons wanting to know how to start the downswing. So a lot of golfers are told that it's the rotation of the hips first that start the downswing. And one of the problems that I see a lot of players getting into is that if they go immediately into rotary, that tends to throw the hands out and away from the body a little bit too early. It causes the club to steepen up, and then you get that classic steepen across type swing. So the problem with rotating the hips initially is that you don't get any lateral motion. Virtually every tour pro at the start of the downswing will have a slight lateral motion of the hips before they start going into the downswing. If you get that lateral motion first, then now you'll notice that the club has a chance of shallowing out, and then as we progress in the downswing, the club will come in to the golf ball at a much more efficient angle. So we want to get that lateral shift first before we start turning the body and the hips into the forward swing. So a great way to get the feeling of getting that slight lateral motion at just prior to the transition of the downswing. If you can do this to the side of the wall, I'm going to use our Golf Forever platform right here, is go ahead and get in a golf posture. You want to get your arms, about half your arms out and away so you can grab the corner of a wall. I'm gonna grab our Golf Forever tool right here. So I'm basically going to be in my posture. I'm going to rotate back, and then I'm going to grab our Golf Forever platform. And then from here, before I rotate my shoulders, I want to feel like I've got a slight press forward before I go into my downswing. So notice that my shoulders are still squared up, and then I get that feeling of that pressing into my lead side. I feel like it's coming down and to from the lead hip. Then now the next step is take a golf club, get into your posture position, and as you're slowly reaching the top of your backswing, you want to feel like you're making that same lateral shift into your lead side. So notice that the club is just barely getting to the top. I want to feel like I'm making that little shift forward. Then once I get the feeling for that shift, I want to make that shift, start rotating the hips. You'll notice my lead leg will straighten out. I'll retain my angle and go through. A great way to see how you're starting your downswing, we use Sportsbox. We use two measurements. We use transition order and pelvis sway. So as you swing back to the top of the backswing, you'll see this young player has a really good transition order, meaning that his hips go first, his chest goes second, his arms go third. So you'll see that initially he kind of presses down into his lead leg. If you look up at the upper right corner, you'll be able to see the shoulder starting to rotate. So it's going pelvis to chest. Then his arms deliver the club down. Lead leg starts straightening up, and then he comes into a really solid impact position. So this is a great way that we can measure transition order. Another measurement that we use is pelvis sway. So at the beginning of the swing, the pelvis is at 0, and then as you move away from the golf ball, the number will be negative. And then as the pelvis starts moving back towards the ball, you'll see that number shrink back down. So that tells us that from this initial move that the pelvis is moving first. And then once it goes positive, that means that it's moving past the original position and opening up. So this is another way that we can measure your transition from backswing to downswing. So come out and see us at the Academy. Check out your transition order and use this drill to help you get your downswing started in the correct way.